Hi, Monique. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Well, I'm so happy to have you with me today. I just want to explain a little bit the reason for these recording is because a few months ago, I got in contact with Monique and asked her if she was interested in coming to do a retreat at Harbour Center. So this is how it all got started. And Monique said, sure, let's check it out. So she came over, checked out the thing. We had a good discussion, and that's where it all started. So thank you, Monique. I really appreciate you wanting to come and work with me and come to Harbour Center in Hillbury.
And thank you for the invitation because for me, what I really like about this partnership is that we're keeping it in the North, and yet it gives people an opportunity to step away from their home life and take a bit of that moment to take a breath and do something different.
Yes,
So thank you.
you're welcome. So let's get started. The reason I do these there's going to be 4 questions. The reason I do this is because me as a client, sometimes I always have questions. I see an ad, I see something going on, it seems interesting, and I'm like, well, I'm not sure I get the whole thing. So I started to say, well, if I'm thinking that, let's just put it out there and ask people, ask questions that other clients might have. So the first question I'd like to ask you is, how many years have you been doing mindfulness? And what does it mean for you, mindful?
Well, that's a really good question because if you'd asked me that question a few years ago, I would have said, 10 years. But now that I know and more about it and the more that I've thrown myself into this,
Mm-hmm.
I realized that I've been doing this for, 25, 30 years. And that even as a child, I was extremely mindful. I was the type of kid who was wandering in the bush, looking at every little, detail in mind, looking in streams and picking up snails and frogs. And I love to be quiet and alone and even sometimes to the point of being able to sit and allow nature to come to me. So if I was, really to say that, then it's like 50 years. But anyway, let's stick to 30 years. The way that I truly started to practice mindfulness, my real step into it as a practice probably happened when I was 27, and I started to write using a technique by a Zen Buddhist, Natalie Goldberg, and she wrote a book called Writing Down the Bones, and it's really about using writing as a form of meditation and how to remain present in your life no matter what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And not just present, but being able to live that present moment with acceptance and letting go of judgment. And really it was revolutionary for me because I was a perfectionist. I was very hard on myself, always judging and overthinking and analyzing and doing it not in an analytical observing, how can I help myself here, but more beating myself up on a regular basis. And so using that form of meditation, I always believed myself to be a writer, but using it as meditation really changed my life. So really it probably, like I say, it started 25, 30 years ago.
Oh, interesting. Thank you very much, Monique.
Thank you.